guards at all times.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't...
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the... Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate... I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would...
I heard you have a family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few...
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all...
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Bill.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind...
You really want...
Winnie, Paimon really hopes every... Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh, shoot. Are you... Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling... Well, let me make it up to you.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for...
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson.
It appears you two are under the impression that delay... That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire.
Wait,
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they... Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed...
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Welcome to Ballet Mermoni.
What a bummer. When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moon. There's a pleasant breeze, and Gloria...
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now, no one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of Clairvy was happy here. For a time.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight. Force them. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the... Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting again. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless, even with her body racked.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed... It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If Clairvy rejected that proposal, Clairvy never gave another... If she couldn't escape and fight back precisely. It happened from that moment. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation.
Crucibina, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the moment she acted. Any conception of what was Peruere...
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all...
I left that name behind long ago. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. And that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed.
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leap, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what a memory is a mysterious...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were...
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone
So if all of that is true, then you...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile, but other times she would hide from me. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information... Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? But... no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for...
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by... I do believe...
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her...
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
Traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to.
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting number 3. Participants, Nantoy clearly said, if only Father. Sato added, Filial was the worst of them all.
I did not! You're...
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those. Whirper!
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo.
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you.
Liar.
We all a single betrayal. That's why the House of the Heart.
You've been...
Filial, Nance, I owe you both my life. If this were...
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. We...
Chapleau, according to the rules of the...
All those who betray the...
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please, we all come, but the truth is, none of us know what a real home should... I'm not saying, so please, Father.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we...
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the... However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny. Did you hear that, Traveler? Linny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the help.
What's wrong? Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal after... All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Kami-santo art! Sumetsu! I'm going in!
How amusing. Closer now.
And voila!
With these rising flames,
Let's light it up!
Silence!
how amusing.
Take flight! Hang in there!
Is it my turn now?
Yeah!
With these rising flames,
If I really have to draw my blade.
now that's more like it.
Let the mighty be humbled!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is true!
Watch out for Father's movements!
My turn. Spare your energy. Running is of little use. The countdown has begun. Have a taste of purgatory.
Hang in there! Sakura swirl! Cross over!
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless ants.
Let's light it up!
Settle down!
Whirling snow! I'm going!
Now's our chance!
How amusing.
My apologies!
Look at you.
Hang in there!
Like a bunch of helpless ants. Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Take flight!
Like a fly tangled in a web. Spare
I
your
really
energy.
have to draw my blade. Then...
Be sanctified.
Have a taste of purgatory.
Watch out for Father's
My-
movements!
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Embrace the ice! I will not stand for this! Are you
Who's
alright?
next? How amusing.
Everybody stand back!
With these rising flames,
Oversight on my part.
Silence!
My blade is all that remains.
Let the mighty be humbled!
Now's our chance!
Over here! Let's light it up!
Bow your head.
Fills the air.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Your punishment made manifest.
Who's next?
Now's our chance!
Over here!
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. We struggle in vain.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know.
Now! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Brother,
Linny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you—
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret once if you— in other words— Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will—
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow—
Of course.
Dry your teeth.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, faults, I prepared. Goodbye, children. Then, thank you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen... Wait, did I...
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least shared...
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustration. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, but you tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended. For the last 16—
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling real, but somehow, I still think I understand. If I could do—
Is that so? But it's something I discussed with the Eudex of course.
That's more— You know, Perry, I think I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside—
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
Of course. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses.
And Mother? Cheap. You know, playing the... Those you... I once saw...
Oh, so
I was all... But...
the situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the Aurora, but whatever
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's...
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. Lynette and...
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit. You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you would do...
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning. From the very... I'm not just...
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act. We may have even without...
Father.
No one knows if reaching strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their
I understand.
Children, the road ahead...
You've done so much for me, protecting...
Then you're welcome. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Didn't Linny see? Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, Linny and the other members have left Poisson.
I see.
I'm glad. Father.
Wait, what?
Crucibina. When I joined a couple.
Father took...
The last time...
She said she didn't. The foundation of... That's what...
But I still think if Father hadn't taken...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. But we may have...
Whether the path before so I wanted to...
Oh, we didn't do anything real.
Of course.
I actually... They didn't wreck. They seem...